This is Larry Bonerato from LarryOnLearning.com, and this is your Morning Minute. The warning signs that precede judgment. God warns before he judges. History proves it. No empire collapses without signals. No nation falls without warnings. The tragedy is not the absence of signs. The tragedy is ignoring them. First, Egypt, a nation that defied God. Egypt was a superpower of its world. It had wealth, military dominance, and political control. Through Moses, God sent unmistakable warnings. He said, "Set my people free from bondage." Plague after plague after plague struck the land. Each was a sign. Each was an opportunity to humble itself. But Pharaoh refused. Pride hardened his heart. Power blinded him. He believed Egypt was untouchable until it wasn't. A nation that defies God will eventually discover it is not a sovereign nation after all. Second, Rome, a civilization that lost its foundations. Rome was built on discipline, family, shared sacrifice, and civic virtue. But, over time, Rome drifted away from these. Power centralized, moral restraint eroded, entertainment replaced responsibility. Citizens became dependent on the state. Families weakened, birth rates declined, and corruption became normal. Rome did not collapse because its enemies were strong. Rome collapsed because Rome was weak. And these weaknesses began long before the invasions. Third, America. And these signs are not subtle. We began our nation that openly acknowledged God. John Adams, our second president, shared, quote, "Our Constitution was made for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other," end quote. Today we push God out of our schools, out of our institutions, and out of our public life. We no longer seek his wisdom, we seek our own desires. We call independence maturity. We call moral confusion progress. And we call rebellion freedom. We have disconnected from God, the very source of our strength, and there are signs. Our birth rates are falling below replacement. A civilization that does not produce and raise the next generation cannot endure. Our national identity is fragmenting. We're importing millions from every corner of the globe without expecting assimilation into a shared culture, a shared language, and shared values. A nation cannot survive without unity of purpose. We're dividing into tribes instead of binding together as one people. We expand government while shrinking personal responsibility. We tolerate corruption. We normalize disorder, and we redefine truth. And still, we insist we are strong. Egypt believed it was strong. Rome believed it was strong. And both were wrong. Judgment does not begin with catastrophe. It begins with moral drift. It begins when a nation forgets God. It begins when pride replaces humility. If we will not correct course, history will. The path back is not political, it is spiritual. Return to God, restore virtue, strengthen families, reclaim responsibility, and rebuild unity. Or we will join every other civilization that mistook temporary power for permanent security. The signs are all here. The only question left is whether we will see them and repent before the consequences become irreversible. These are the warning signs that precede judgment, and that is today's Morning Minute.